I've always had a tendency to think where I'm always supposed to live in the light and everything's always supposed to be happy and it's all supposed to be good. And if there's darkness, we just push that away. And this was like, no, we don't stay in the dark and suffer, but we don't live in the light and pretend there is no darkness. It's both. It's an honoring of both. And that has been, I think, what has stuck with me the most.
I have these moments where things are clear and just brief instances of everything's okay and I'm where I'm supposed to be, which is an entirely new feeling for me. When you have those aha moments, those moments where it's like everything's okay, stuff I've never felt before. You're not going to get that out there. You're going to have to find it in yourself. And you got to take a really hard look at yourself. But it's worth it.
I think we call this good grief because acknowledging, realizing, accepting the positive aspects of grief. And by loving those losses and those griefs, we have the opportunity to grow. I believe it's possible to accept grief with love and gratitude. I think we learn within the group from the support and safety that Darlene provides with her experience and also the other people in the group, the bonding that happens. I think it's the first step in learning to trust that we're going to be okay with what happens to us and that other people have experienced these things too, we're not alone. And then that just increased trust for me of God and other people and myself.
When I was in the class the first day, the vulnerability that the men showed, even to the point of tears, told me I wasn't alone. It showed me that it was okay to express those feelings, that other men do that. I actually at one point thought that I was incapable of being empathetic, incapable of having empathy for others or feeling other people. I thought that I was void of emotion, that I couldn't have those, and that I alienated myself because of those thoughts, those feelings. Most of my healings come from those guys in that group and gals, from the vulnerability that they express and they trust me with, and the empathy that they show me is far beyond anything I ever thought I was even deserving of. And I found myself able to empathize with them because I had been through what a lot of them had been through, and I was able to see that I could feel, that I was human, and that brought me a extreme sense of joy. When that revelation come through, it was like I was walking on clouds.
So I've done a lot of spiritual paths and journeys through my life, but I found good grief to be particularly powerful for me because it took everything I thought I knew and brought it into a new light.
When I first heard Darlene talk about good grief, I immediately felt very, very drawn because I had had bereavement classes before after my husband died, and also I was a volunteer for hospice, but I never did experience anything like what I heard her talking about, and I immediately wanted to have the opportunity to do it. I would encourage others with their issues of grief now to just embrace it and accept and love it.
I think what holds most people back is the fear of trying something new, the fear of doing it. I think that it's true because when they see that it works, when they see people changing, someone like me who's been in and out of incarcerations, who's lived a life of anger, of violence, of hatred, of not wanting to live, if they can see somebody like me change, and truly embrace that, then it erodes that fear. If you want to experience a new sense of joy, a new sense of happiness, enlightenment, if you want to experience those things, I challenge you, take that challenge, embrace grief, change your perspective of it, view it as a friend. I guarantee that you would have profound changes in your life, and that you would be more happy, more content, and more joyful, more peaceful. You'll be able to love, you'll be able to look at life and see beauty in everything.